Welcome back to the Brykks shithouse. We're continuing on with the complete zombies guide. This one for GOROD KROVI, your one-stop shop and plop for everything you need to know about this map. And so you only have to listen to one douchebag or plug their YouTube channel, which is me. So as long as you have annotations enabled, you can just click on any of the text right there and you'll be taken to that part of the video. If you're on mobile, you don't have annotations. The timestamps are also in the video, but they're also in the description. Also, I want to thank everyone for the subscribers and likes, particularly for this map pack. My channel has seen growth that is unheard of for me, and while I don't reply to all the comments, I definitely read them and appreciate them. But anyways, let's get started. Pick where you want to go and you'll be taken there. This is the path I take when I like to turn on the power. The simple process here, just a simple power switch at the end of the day. I'm just using the shopping free gobble gum, which allows me to open or buy anything without spending any points. So yeah, you're gonna have to open about 4 doors, get to the dragon control room, up these stairs, and you should see the power switch right there. Congratulations, now the entire map has power for the rest of the match. Pack-a-punch. The first step to beat up the pack-a-punch is to make sure you have the power turned on. Once the power is turned on, you'll notice now some zombies will drop a cylinder-like looking object. The first cylinder dropped will always be the blue one, the dragon control room. Take that cylinder up to the blue machine here and put the cylinder in there. This will send a pod crashing down into the map. Just look into the sky and follow towards the green light. Once you get there, if they haven't already, zombies will start to attack the pod. You have to defend the pod and kill zombies around it. This will charge up the pod, and I think you need about 10 to 15 zombie kills. Scratch that, it's definitely around 15 kills. You'll know when the pod is done, it'll open up, go up to it, press square X to receive your first part. Now we're going to do the same thing, just keep killing zombies until the next cylinder drops. Here we have the yellow one, or the supply drop room. This will always be the second location you go to. Since this map is a little confusing, I haven't cut out the path I take to get to the supply room. So if you're new to this map, just watch the video and you should be very familiar on how to get there. Here we have the yellow lights, put the cylinder in there, and once again look up into the sky for the green light and go to the pod. Once again, nothing special. Just keep killing zombies, and an important note to make, the pod will never spawn in areas that are unavailable to you. So any doors you have open, that's where the pod will always go. You'll never not be able to reach it, if you know what I mean. The third and final cylinder, the tank factory pod, is picked up here pretty quickly by me. Just head over to the tank factory. The tank factory is on the opposite side of the supply room. And just a note, if you do get lost, there are signs everywhere in this map, so just look for them, they'll tell you where to go. Put the cylinder in there, look for the pod, rinse and repeat. Nothing too crazy going on here, pretty simple stuff. Grab your third and final part, and head on down to the operations room, where you'll place all 3 parts. Next, go back to any of those 3 locations, the dragon control room, the supply room, the tank factory. You'll notice a control panel, just go up to it and press square X to summon a dragon for 500 points. Press square X to get on the dragon and a cutscene will play. After a short little ride, the dragon will drop you in the pack-a-punch room, also known as the hatchery, and there you have the pack-a-punch.
I am no longer as eager for battle as I once was. Perhaps.
The new boss zombies. GOROD KROVI has 2 new zombies. The first one will be seen as the Russian Mangler. The Russian Mangler has 2 attacks. The first one being his arm cannon, where he just sends an electric bolt your way, which does some pretty good damage. And his second attack is just if you get too close to him, he'll try to take a swipe at you. Very similar to the Mangler, it does a lot of damage. There are a couple ways to kill Russian Manglers, the first one being to knock his helmet off and just get a headshot on him. The second way is to shoot his arm cannon off, although you don't really need to aim for his arm, you can pretty much just hit his body. and when he dies, you'll notice that his arm cannon falls off. In my opinion, just try to get the headshot on him unless you're trying to do the arm cannon trial. The second boss zombie is the Valkyrie drones, and these replace the dogs for the max ammo round. How to deal with these bad boys is just head over to the tank factory, go all the way on the top floor and just chill in this room, and as you can see, they are just completely dumbfounded. They don't know what to do. Valkyrie drones have a couple of attacks as well. If you're standing still, they'll just fire an electric beam where you're standing, so just make sure you're on the move a lot. And if you are on the move, they'll just try to zap you with these little zingers. Nothing too special, but aside from shooting the hell out of these things, there are a few other ways you can kill them. My favorite, and personally I believe is the easiest, is to just shoot their red camera. All it takes is one bullet, and then they just go into a kamikaze mode and blow themselves up. Second way is to shoot off all their arms. Once you've done that, they'll also just die. But I like to keep it simple and just shoot their camera. The trial challenges. I had already made a video showcasing all the trials and how to do them, so I feel like I should just include them here. Here you've got 3 tiers of challenges, and it's going to work the same way. All you have to do is click on the challenge. If you're on mobile, links and timestamps will be in the description. But yeah, all 3 challenges. We're going to start with the rewards and then go from there.
Awesome.
Alright, first let's talk about the rewards. The center challenge on your little board there is going to be your tier 1 challenge, and for completing your challenge you're going to get a max ammo, and it's always going to be a max ammo, nothing else. The leftmost challenge is going to be your tier 2 challenge, and for completing this challenge you're going to get a pack-a-punched weapon, but not just any weapon, a pack-a-punched multiplayer supply drop weapon. This includes the FFAR, the L4 Siege, the Shadow Claws, the HG40s, anything that you pretty much don't have in multiplayer, you can get pack-a-punched here. And on the right side we have the tier 3 challenge, the hardest one to complete. From completing your tier 3 challenge you're going to get a full perk bottle, not an empty one, so make sure you have max perks before you pick that one up if you want an extra 5th perk. Alright, so starting things off with the tier 1 challenge, we have destroy the helmets on 5 Russian Manglers. So what is a Russian Mangler? The Russian Mangler is the boss zombie for this map. Although not really a boss zombie, they're pretty easy to defeat. All you gotta do is shoot them in the head a few times, which is exactly what the challenge is telling you to do. You can't really force this challenge because the Russian Manglers spawn when they wanna spawn, there's no round for them. So you kind of just got to play the game and just be on the lookout for these bad boys and take their helmets off when you see them. So there you see one right there. I'm just shooting my ray gun Mark III at him, and pop goes the weasel. Recover 3 pods in green condition. So that has to do with the pack-a-punch, these pods that fall from the sky, and they actually have a health to them. So you can see this one's all green right now, but if zombies start getting on it, it's going to turn orange, and then it can turn red. So you just got to keep the zombies off it. Take a ride from 3 different dragon locations. This one's fairly easy. When you're doing the pack-a-punch, you have to visit these 3 locations to insert your whatchamacallits, and yeah, so all you have to do is, it's a little time consuming I guess to call the dragon and go all the way to Pack-a-Punch, but these are the 3 locations. You saw the one back there. Second one is in the Dragon Control Center, and the third one is in the supply drop, or supply shop, getting used to say that word, and you just have to call the dragon and take a ride to Pack-a-Punch, all from those 3 different locations. This shouldn't be news to anyone that's on the ritual steps or wanting to know how to do the rituals or the challenges should be fairly familiar with this one, so there you go. Survive fire from a dragon. Well, this will just happen in your game. I mean, it happens pretty much every time a dragon comes and fires, so when a dragon breathes fire, just run around in the flames, I guess. You can use the shield for protection, and lo and behold, there you have the challenge done. Kill 10 napalm zombies with headshots. Pretty simple one to do here. All I'm going to do is just train in the tank factory or wherever you want to train, preferably a place where the dragon will come breathe fire. And then all the zombies that walk into that fire will become napalm zombies, and now it's just about picking off those easy headshots, so not much to see here. Alright, starting tier 2 with probably one of the most difficult rituals you're going to have to complete. Kill 10 electric zombies with headshots. Now there's a couple ways of going about this. These robot zombies will electrify normal zombies just throughout playing, or you can wait till the second robot round, which was round 19 for me, and these zombies will just spawn like crazy, so you can just let them spawn and get the headshots there. Otherwise you can force it. Get 30 kills with the new shield. Not too hard. All you have to do is just familiarize yourself with the shield parts so you can find them. Once you've got that, all I did was just group up a bunch of zombies and just use the special ability. And all I had to do that was 2 times, so pretty easy. Absorb fire damage for 45 seconds with the zombie shield, or however it's worded. This one's pretty easy. It should come naturally in the game, but if you're trying for it, all you have to do is just take the shield out and run through some fire. Not hard at all. Kill 8 zombies simultaneously with the elevator trap. Well, the elevator trap is just actually the bridge that leads from one roof to the next roof. And all you have to do is just get a bunch of zombies on there, and that bridge actually turns into a trap at the end of it. So, maybe a little tricky, something you didn't know there. And lastly, kill 10 zombies with the gigant fingers after sliding, 3 seconds after sliding under the fingers. This was a weird one and kind of a difficult one because the fingers kept shitting on me pretty much. So all you have to do is the finger traps right there. You just have to slide under them. And I know it seems easy, but I guarantee those fingers are going to twist your nipples pretty hard. They did to me a couple times, but we got it done at the end of the day. Survive 4 consecutive rounds in the hatchery. The hatchery is the building you go to when you take the dragon to the Pack-a-Punch building. And all you have to do is, well, pretty self-explanatory, survive 4 rounds. Obviously, the earliest you do this, the better, because 4 rounds at round 8 is pretty quick compared to 4 rounds at round 15 or 16. But just make sure you got some good equipment here, because 4 rounds, you know, it's kind of a long time, depending on when you get to it, when you get it done in the game. But pretty straightforward challenge. Kill 100 zombies with Dragon Spike, so you're going to need to get the Dragon Spike, so head over to the Pack-a-Punch building, and on the top floor in the corner here, you'll see this crystal here. Go up to it and press X or square, and you will have to survive 4 waves of zombies, not 4 rounds, 4 waves of heavy-duty, dressed to a T zombies, so make sure you have perks, weapons, all that good stuff. It's not that easy. Even with Perkaholic here and the wave gun here, there was a little bit of a struggle, but yeah, make sure you're well prepared before you do this. After surviving 4 waves, you just go back to the crystal, and you'll now have the walkie-talkie or whatever to call in the Dragon Spike air strikes, whatever they are. Now, you only get 1 Dragon Spike per round, so make sure it counts. So I was just training up zombies and just trying to group as many together as I could. And eventually, after a few rounds, I got the 100 kills. They really like this word in this game. Kill 3 zombies simultaneously on all of the flinger traps. So there are 3 traps we're going to have to set off, 1 in front of the dragon control room. And just like the challenge says, you have to kill 3 zombies or more with the trap at once, not kill 3 zombies in total. There has to be 3 zombies on the flinger, and they have to all fly off. The other 2 flinger traps are located in the Pack-a-Punch room, and these ones are actually easy because these flingers are very long. So all you need is a couple zombies on each window there. I just waited for them, and poof, there they go, 3 zombies at once. The last flinger is just in the other room to the second flinger we just saw, just across the hallway there. And there's the trial completed, hidden behind the liquid divinium. Destroy all the arms on 6 Valkyrie drones. This can be done on the first Valkyrie drone round, about round 10, round 9. And you'll notice they have those 3 little tentacles, one on the side, one on the other side, and one on the top. And if you just carefully aim, you can actually shoot all 3 off, and they'll just kamikaze at you. So, pretty easy challenge. And you can kind of see me aim for the arm on that last Valkyrie. Shoot the camera off 6 Valkyrie drones. This one can be done on the first Valkyrie round if you've got some nice precision aim. All you gotta do is just aim for the red light on their nose there, and you'll notice that if you hit it, they just pretty much instantly die and come charging at you. Yeah, all you gotta do is just carefully aim if you want to get it done on the first drone round. Otherwise, you can just finish her off when they start to randomly appear throughout the game. Alright guys, I think I covered all of the rituals and the challenges for GOROD KROVI. I've restarted the game how many times now, and I'm not seeing any new ones, so I think I covered them all. I think that's 555 for each of the tiers. But let me know if I did miss one, because you'll make me feel bad, but you know what, these things need to be covered, so thanks for watching, I'll see you guys next time. Camping spot. So I've already made a video on this, however I decided to include it in this one. GOROD KROVI has some pretty sweet camping spots on the Dragon liftoff platforms. Here I'm doing it in the tank factory, although I believe the one in the supply depot seems to be favored. This was actually one of my first rounds playing GOROD KROVI, and I actually made it to high 40s I believe, and all you need is the ray gun Mark IIIs for this strategy, and just simply keep combining them to make the dark holes, and rounds go by pretty quick. I think at about round somewhere high 40s, low 50s, the ray gun is not going to kill enough zombies. That's when you're going to have to resort to a training strategy, but a pretty efficient way to get up to a semi-high round, so not bad at all. Training locations. So I had already made a video on what I considered the better training spots in GOROD KROVI. Keep in mind this is not an easy map to train on, and you're probably going to want to use the camping spot up until about round 40 if you can, before you even think about training. So I'm just going to play the video over and just kind of condense it. The fourth best training spot I talked about was in the Dragon Command, just around the front of the building here. The next best spot, in my opinion, was going to be outside of the supply drop room, just in this leftmost area. It's a pretty basic training spot, just a simple circle, nothing really to mess you up with, and no dragon's going to breathe fire here. The next best spot, and maybe the best spot, I didn't give it much of a try, but in the operations room, if you leave the armory door closed, this can be a pretty solid training spot. You've also got a few traps to work with, and you have the zombie shield build station there, so you pretty much have unlimited zombie shields, and no dragon's going to breathe fire on you, so this might be the best one. At number one, the best training spot I had was by the tank factory. Just under, it's just a big open square, really open, lots of room to train. You got one trap that's going to help you a little bit, I guess, and the dragon does breathe fire down here, although it's only a little portion of the area, so you should be fine. And when the Valkyrie drones come every 10 rounds, you can just go upstairs and go into that room and take care of them quite easily. Zombie shield. The first location for the first piece is going to be located in the Juggernaut room, just sitting on that chair all comfortably. If it's not there, it's going to be in the second location, just down the staircase hanging off the door of this truck. And if it's not there, then it has to be in the operations room. Just head on down there and take a swift left, like a book sitting oh so politely on this shelf. Alright, let's move on to the second piece, the armory piece, spawn on all 3 floors. Starting from the bottom floor, we have it sitting nice and pretty on this wall. The second location is going to be just up this ramp, also hanging on a wall. There's a common theme with this piece, that's for sure. And the last location, if it's not there, it's going to be on the top floor, sitting on this crate. Let's move on to the last and final piece, the infirmary piece. Starting from the bottom floor, it's going to be tucked away right here, this dragon head. If it's not there, just go up the ramp, should be sitting on this bunk bed. And finally, the third piece is going to be on the top floor. More common themes all the way across the room, sitting oh so politely. And there's all of the 3 locations. Perk locations. There are 9 perks in GOROD KROVI, 6 of which can be bought from machines and 3 from the Wunderfizz. The first one is Quick Revive, just sitting in spawn. Juggernaut is relatively close, just take her right after the staircase. And after that, if we run down here into the control room, we'll have Mule Kick to our right. Moving on, our next perk is going to be on the top floor of the infirmary. Here we have Stamina Up. The next perk will be located in the tank factory. Here we have Double Tap. And finally, on the other side of the map, in the supply depot, we have our last 6th perk, Speed Cola. And the 3 other perks, Deadshot Daiquiri, Electric Cherry, Widow's Wine, can all be obtained from the Wunderfizz. The Wunderfizz Locations. There are 3 Wunderfizz locations, the first one being in the department store on the very top floor. The second one is going to be in the Dragon Control Panel room just up the staircase to the right. And lastly, we have the third one tucked away on the bottom floor, of which I believe is the Armory. The Raygun Mark III, in other words, the wonder weapon for this map. So technically it's not called the Raygun Mark III, but it is the Raygun Mark III. So how you get it, unlike other maps in this game, is you can just hit the box and you will get it right there, if you are a lucky son of a gun. So as you can see, the Raygun Mark III are dual-wield ray guns, and each gun does something different. So let's talk about the left gun. By shooting the left gun, by using the left trigger, you're going to shoot a yellow ball, and any zombies that come near it are going to be instantly slowed down. The second effect with the left gun is if you run through the ball, the yellow ball, you actually get a temporary speed boost, kind of like the KT-4 from Zetsubu no Shima. Alright, enough about the left gun, let's talk about the right ray gun. The right ray gun works kind of like the Raygun Mark II, where it just shoots a laser. And the laser actually goes through zombies, so you can get collaterals pretty easy with it. So those are the individual effects, but the thing that makes this weapon great is when you combine them. So as you can see, I've got a big horde of zombies. I'm going to shoot with the left trigger, which spawns the yellow ball, and then I'm going to shoot inside of the ball with my laser gun, or the right ray gun. And this is going to create like a dark hole, and this is actually how you should kill pretty much any zombie. You should not be using the laser or anything. You gotta combine the two. And of course, with most of the weapons that come from the mystery box, you can pack-a-punch it, and these are the upgraded Raygun Mark III. The upgraded Raygun Mark IIIs perform no differently than the non-upgraded ones. They're just going to do more damage and pretty much anything you expect from a pack-punched weapon. They are a great camping weapon, but the damage seems to top off at around 40 to 50. After that it becomes pretty obsolete. You're going to have to switch to training and using alternate ammo types. The Dragon Egg, or also known as the specialist weapon for this map. First we're going to need to get the egg, so after pack-a-punching, head to the hatchery, and in the basement you'll see this egg. It's going to get a bad case of the stumbly mumblies after you shoot it, and pick it up. Next, go to a location where the dragon breathes fire. You'll see a nest there. I like to do mine outside the dragon control room. Place your egg and wait for a dragon to come and breathe fire on it. Once the dragon is done with his business, go back over to the egg and it will tell you it needs to cool. This is where you need to play a round or two of zombies and just wait until the round ends. So after a round of 2 of zombies, when you kill the last zombie, you'll notice you can now pick up the egg, and this is where we must do 3 challenges. I'd like to point out, since there's no really audio or visual cue of your challenges, if you press select and look in the bottom right corner, you can see the dragon egg and track your progress there. So the first thing we need to do in this particular order is kill a few inferno zombies. I like to train at the tank station and wait for the dragon to come. Once he does, I set these bastards ablaze, and now I'm ready to kill some infernal zombies. And just like I said, I have the select screen open, so I can see when that meter gets filled up and I can move to the next challenge. As you can see, it moved up there. Now it's ready for challenge 2. Challenge number 2 is collateral kills. A sniper rifle works well for this. Also, any pack-a-punched weapon at a low round should do. Once again, I'm just gathering them up, shooting, and there I see in the bottom right I'm ready to move to the 3rd challenge. Lastly, we have melee kills. Just snag a Bowie knife off the wall for 3 Gs and get a few kills with the knife, and now you're ready to move on to the next step. Head back to the hatchery, and this is going to work like the pack-a-punch. We're going to place the egg in this little incubator, And now we're gonna have to be stuck down here and kill a few zombies to charge this egg up. Nothing really too fancy here, just about 10 to 15 zombies. Watch out for the Valkyrie drones because they'll try to sneak up on you. Now we have to let the egg cool. So once again, we're gonna need to play through a round or two. I like to just go upstairs in the hatchery, camp in the corner, just killing off zombies, trying to end the round. After 2 rounds, you should be good to go. Head back down to the basement, go up to the egg, and collect it. Now you can get the specialist weapon. Head back to the spawn room, head over to where your trial challenges are, and at the very bottom, where the dragon egg one is, all you have to do is press square X to get your reward. Now you have the Gauntlet of Siegfried specialist weapon. The specialist weapon acts as a flamethrower and a melee weapon. You can bring it out and press R2 or RT to use the flamethrower, or you can press LT or L2 to launch the dragon that's on your arm, and then just start mashing bitches with the melee button. It's a pretty good weapon, not to mention that when you're meleeing zombies, you're getting 130 points per kill, the maximum amount of points you can get for killing a zombie. Great for racking up those points. The Dragon Strike, a powerful tool for taking out multiple zombies. To get this, you're going to want to head to the hatchery, the Pack-a-Punch room, and in the top room you'll see a crystal. Go up to it and press square X to release the crystal. You'll now be forced to survive 4 waves of zombies. That's waves, not rounds. This is completely separate from your in-game round progress. The first attack is going to come from you from the left, so just fend off that side of the house. After that wave, it'll be the right side of the house or the other side of the house, so just go to the flashing lights and defend your property. Make sure you have a good setup before doing this. You're going to want all the perks, you're going to want a nice gun, you're going to want to be able to stick your boots in the ground and not let go. As like I said, you cannot leave the area once you start this. There's no Pack-a-Punch, Alchemical Amethyst does not work. All you have is 1 max ammo at your disposal, sitting above the Pack-a-Punch. The third wave is going to attack you from the top floor of the house, so just come upstairs, chill in one of those side rooms. It's a really good camping spot. Like I said before, as long as you have a good setup, this isn't a really too hard task to do. It's just to make sure you have the necessary tools to survive this. Lastly, the 4th and final wave, they're going to hit you from all fronts. So like I said, just go upstairs and camp in a corner. I like to check out this side room here because they just come from the front. You're going to get hit with Russian Manglers and Valkyrie drones in addition to that. Also running zombies. Like I said before, not too hard to survive. When it's all said and done, go back to the crystal, press square X to get your dragon strikes, and let's see how these bad boys work. For maximum usage, gather up a big horde of zombies, press right on the D-pad, and then use it to call in an airstrike like Dragon Strike. Completely wipes out the entire mob. Wonderful weapon. Melee weapons. GOROD KROVI has 4 melee weapons you can obtain by completing a certain amount of rounds in a certain amount of time. These weapons are more gimmicky than practical. I would definitely not want to do this each time I play. It's fun maybe once or twice, maybe get the achievements or trophies, but other than that it just becomes too big of a pain in the ass. While I'm using gobblegums, this can be done without any. However, I wouldn't recommend it. It's just going to be even more of a pain in the ass. A couple things are for sure, and if you're not going to use gobblegums, you definitely need the Ray Gun Mark III right out of the box ASAP, like literally on your first 3 spins. And for perks, you can just use Speed Cola and Juggernog. But anyways, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this. The first weapon you can get is the wrench. To get the wrench, you have to complete 5 rounds in under 5 minutes. The wrench actually doesn't require really any gobblegums, just get lucky with a few nuke drops. Make sure you got the Shiva, just start blasting zombies. The next melee weapon is actually probably the hardest out of the 4. This is the Malice. You have to complete 10 rounds in under 13 minutes. The reason this one is hard is because rounds 5 to 10 are usually your setup rounds. This is where you unlock Pack-a-Punch, get your weapons and all that stuff. But you have no time for that bullshit. Right now you have to go get a gun. I had the wall power gobblegum, so I just took the ICR off the wall in the supply depot. I was just chilling in the infirmary because I felt like zombies spawned here really quick. And like I said, you just gotta keep killing zombies, no time for setup. As you can see, I completed this in 12 minutes, which is only 1 minute under the given time. And I was using Perkaholic and gobblegums left, right, and center, so if you've got none of that, you really have to bust your ass to get the Malice. Now the second last one, The last two are actually the easiest to get in my opinion. This is for completing 15 rounds in under 24 minutes, you're going to get the Slash and Burn Axe. This is where I felt the pressure really let up here. I had time to do stuff. I believe I hit the box a few times to try to hit the Ray Gun Mark III. So take this time to maybe do what you need to do, get a few perks, get a few weapons. As you can see, I've moved the locations. I went to the supply depot to camp out here. I felt I didn't need the zombies coming at me as quick as they were before, so why not just take a safe spot to make sure I don't go down. It's hidden, but in the top right corner it says I finished this in 18 minutes. That's 6 minutes under the time limit. That gives you a lot of time to get perks and box weapons, just like I said. So the last and final one, this is going to be the Fury's Dong. You have to complete round 20 in under 32 minutes. So now I figured I got all the time in the world. I ran over to the tank factory. This is my favorite camping spot on the map. It's a trap going off right there in the background. And from this point on, I was just feeling like I was playing zombies, just trying to stay alive, go through the rounds. I wasn't concerned about any time limit. You're going to get another Valkyrie drone round in this section here, so I just chilled in this room. It's really easy to kill these bastards. Just put the trap on too. And in the top right corner, it's going to say I finished this in 27 minutes. So that's about 5 minutes under the time limit, very similar to the last one we did. So yeah, the last two I think are the easiest, and probably the most worth it because they give you the best weapons. So you're probably wondering how you get these things. At any time after you complete the round, just go to the operations bunker and you'll see the weapon that you've just recently completed appear on the wall there. It's just the most recent one because that's the powerful one, so it would be redundant to have, say, the wrench or the malice there when I've completed the Fury's Dong. And like I said earlier, these weapons aren't really practical. They're kind of fun to use at first, but I believe I went down the first time I brought this thing out, so definitely something to do once or twice, get the achievement or the trophy, but other than that, I wouldn't recommend doing this. The Dragon Wings, a helpful tool to help you survive for those extra high rounds. The Dragon Wings require you to do two things before you can get them. The first one being get the Gauntlet of Siegfried. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, just refer to the glossary. That's part of the Dragon Egg Easter egg. The second thing you have to do is travel from all 3 Dragon locations. So that's the one from the tank factory, the Dragon control room, and the supply depot. Here I am taking my last and final trip from the Dragon Egg, and you're going to hear a very distinct audio cue. Now you know you can get the Dragon Wings. The Dragon Wings will be located in the department store on the 3rd floor. You'll see a mannequin with literally Dragon Wings. Just as the texts say, the Dragon Wings will give you 30% less explosive and fire damage. And on top of that, they'll let you summon the dragon for no cost and allow you to teleport from one of the Dragon locations to the hatchery instantly. Definitely a worthwhile investment. The Valkyrie drone helmet. So the Valkyrie drone helmet is a helmet you can obtain after doing a few things. You can find it in the Juggernaut room on this mannequin here. Just wait for it to pop up. Press square X to equip it, and you're gonna get a 50% increase in damage towards the Valkyrie drones and 30% less damage from the drones, and also electrical damage as well. So how do you get this hat? Well, apparently there's been quite a bit of confusion on this topic. However, a few folks at Reddit seem to have pointed me in the right direction. So you gotta kill a bunch of drones, but you gotta kill them in a particular way. You have to kill 6 Valkyrie drones by shooting their camera off. So just aim for the red camera on the center of their face. I'll go into a kamikaze swan dive, and then you have to kill 6 Valkyrie drones by shooting the arms off of them, all 3 of them, which will cause them to die as well. So the most efficient way to do this is on the first boss zombie round, so I think it's about round 10 when all the Valkyries come. Kill all 6 of those Valkyries by shooting their arms off, because it's quite hard to shoot their arms off. So finish that off on round 10, and then on the second boss zombie round, just take their cameras out, and you should get the Valkyrie hat near around the end of the second boss round, and that's all it took for me. So the Russian Mangler helmet. This is a helmet that can be obtained after killing so many Russian Manglers in a particular way. After you've done that, you can find it in the 2nd floor of the department store. Wearing this helmet is going to give you a 30% increase of damage towards the Russian Manglers, as well as a 50% decrease in damage from the Manglers. So how do you get this helmet? Well, some people seem to be pretty confused on how to get it. They say you just gotta kill a bunch of Russian Manglers, and that's true, but unfortunately that's pretty inconsistent. I think this is the foolproof way to get the helmet 100% of the time. You have to kill 5 Russian Manglers with headshots, also known as knocking their helmet off, and you have to kill 5 more Russian Manglers by shooting the arm cannon off their arm. As you can see in his right arm, he's got an arm cannon. All you gotta do is shoot that. Also note that during the lockdown, any type of lockdown you do in the hatchery, none of the Mangler kills count towards it. These Manglers have to be killed in between normal rounds. The upgraded zombie shield. The first thing you're going to need to do is get 50 kills with the zombie shield. Once you do, you'll hear this audio cue. Now we can move on to the final part. There are 3 symbols we have to shoot with our zombie shield. The first one is in Dragon Control. You can see it glowing on the wall there. Just fire a blast towards it. The second one is in the supply depot, way up top on that broken wall. Once again, another blast. The third and final one's going to be in the tank factory. Just head on to the Dragon launch pad. Shoot it towards it. Now I thought we left all the glitches in Zetsubu no Shima, but apparently there are a few in GOROD KROVI. You're supposed to come over to this dragon's belly. It'll say press square X to upgrade your shield. It'll upgrade it for you. Unfortunately in solo this doesn't really work. In fact, I've never had it work for me, but if you're playing co-op it does. Once you get the upgraded shield, it'll shoot a different color of flame. It'll just be a more powerful shield all around. But you have to apologize for the game would not let me upgrade it. But those are the steps you need to do. The upgraded Dragon Strike. So after you get the Dragon Strike from doing the lockdown, there is a way to upgrade it. First step is you're going to need about 50 kills with the Dragon Strike. So just group up a bunch of zombies, send a Dragon Strike, and then you will hear an audio cue. The second step is to call Dragon Strike on flags located outside of the map. If you're playing solo, there will be 1 flag. If you're playing with 4 people, there will be all 4 flags. Since I'm playing solo, there's only 1 flag. One of the flag locations is outside Tank Factory on the Dragon Edge, and this is actually where my flag is. You can see a red flag behind the tank. The next one is in Dragon Command. It's just going to be against the wall there behind that rubble. Like I said earlier, since I'm playing solo, I only have to destroy 1 flag, so there's no flag here, but there could be a flag here for you. The next location is in Supply Depot, kind of where this broken down house is, and yeah, these flags are pretty easy to see, so you're not going to have to look too hard. And the final location's a little tricky. Just go by Quick Revive and look outside to the left. Kind of with all this rubble, it'll be hard to hit it with the Dragon Strike, but you should see the red flag outside there. And those are all the 4 locations. So I found my flag. I'm going to call a Dragon Strike on it, and you should hear a pretty big audio cue. It's going to ding like a microwave, and the flag will be gone now. So now you know you can go on to the next step. The last and final step, you're going to head back to the hatchery and do another lockdown. If you're playing solo, you only have to do 1. If you're playing with more than 1 person, you may have to do a couple. Now the only important thing to this, aside from surviving the lockdown, is in each wave of zombies you have to use a Dragon Strike and kill some zombies with it, as you see right there. So you have to do that 4 times, 1 for each of the wave. After you finish the last and final wave, you'll hear the dragon audio cue again. Just go back to the crystal, and there you have your upgraded Dragon Strike. The upgraded version works pretty much as you'd expect. You can get a bigger blast radius, the fire is going to be red, and you actually get 2 of these per round instead of 1. This is great for co-op play because it lets you revive down teammates. All you got to do is cast a Dragon Strike in where they're laying down, and it's going to give you some couple seconds of protection to revive them. So you think you have the kahoonies to complete this map's Easter egg? Well, let me tell you something, this thing is a pain in the ass. This is not like Zetsubu no Shima. This is a very difficult Easter egg to do, at least for solo gameplay. What you see on screen are things you're going to need to complete in order to finish the Easter egg. I'll briefly be going through them in the video, however I won't be showing the steps, for example how to get the Gauntlet of Siegfried, or how to get the Dragon Strike, at least in depth, so if you have any questions just refer to the glossary and you can learn from there. Off the top of my head, I don't believe the Wonder Weapon is required. However, you're probably going to need it or else you're going to die. Also, like I said, since this is a very difficult Easter egg, there's a list of gobblegums at the bottom that are highly recommended. Also, a little disclaimer, this guide will get you up to the boss fight. Unfortunately, I went down during because I forgot to bring a goddamn zombie shield. Still recovering from intense frustration, I've decided to leave it be and try to get you as far as I can. While I do have some tips for the boss zombie and how to defeat it, I actually can't show gameplay because I don't have it. But believe it or not, the boss fight is actually the less complicated part of this Easter egg, and probably easier than some parts. Let's get started. Alright, so right now I don't consider this part of the Easter egg. These are prerequisites for the Easter egg right now. We're just getting the Pack-a-Punch hatchery room unlocked. I'd also like to note it was round 3 and I was already working on Pack-a-Punch. These are what Perkaholics and shopping free are going to do for you. Like I said, it's not needed, but it is highly recommended. Also, my weapon setup, I got the Draken and the ray guns already. The sooner you get the ray guns, the better, as they will help you in pretty much every step you're about to see. So if you're having a tough time getting them, you may just have to restart the game. Make sure you get them on an early round. So I got those 3 module parts, put them in the control room, and now I can take the dragon to the Pack-a-Punch room or the hatchery. Like I said, I'll be going through these prerequisites really quickly, as you should know how to do them. If I'm going too fast, just go back to the glossary. Here I'm going to Pack-a-Punch my ray gun since I have enough money to do so. And now we're going to get the Dragon Strike. That's where we do the lockdown. We release the crystal in the hatchery, where we have to survive 4 waves of zombies and manglers, and I guess Valkyrie drones on the last one coming at you full speed. So just sit in this corner of the house on the 3rd floor, and as you can see, the ray gun's already helping us out, and it's already round 6 or 7. So after those 4 waves are complete, go back to the crystal, and now you have the ability to call in dragon strikes. That's 1 step down. And immediately after that, we're going to work on the dragon egg. So this is why I do it in this order, it's the most efficient. So I'm just going to pick up the dragon egg here after shooting it off the ledge, and now we're going to get this little step done. So a few rounds have passed, and I've almost completed the dragon egg or the Gauntlet of Siegfried. Just a quick refresher, after you get the egg, you have to put it in a nest. Dragon has to breathe fire on it. You have to let it cool for a few rounds, then you have to get a few infernal zombie kills, then you have to get a few multi-shot penetration kills, and finally finish off with some melee kills, and then head back to the hatchery. I'm going to Pack-a-Punch just because I got enough points, and in the middle of all that, keep in mind that I've also done some other things. I've gotten the dragon shield, I'm working on the dragon wings, and here's the last step to the dragon egg, where you put it in the incubator here, and charge it up, spend a few rounds here. But this is kind of where the first step of the Easter egg starts. A Valkyrie drone is going to come and attack you when you try to incubate the egg, and what you have to do is you have to kill the Valkyrie drone in the area right beside the egg. So this is where the Easter egg tutorial starts. This is step 1. So after you shoot the Valkyrie, it's going to shock the generator you see right in front of the screen with the green drape over it. So after you've shocked it with the Valkyrie drone, it's turned on now, and this is the first step to the Easter egg. However, I'm almost done with the dragon egg, so I'm just going to stay in the hatchery for a few rounds until the egg cools down. As you can see, it says I must wait for the egg to cool. So I'm just going to spend some time down here. A round or 2 has passed. I can go up to the egg and collect it now, and I finally have my Gauntlet of Siegfried, and now we're really going to start what I consider the main steps of the Easter egg. Alright, so after you've used the Valkyrie drone to shock the generator, valve type things you see on the hanging off the walls, and here's a closer look of me. This is actually me doing the step, but we're not at that point yet. And there's 6 of these located around the map, and what you want to do is you want to find the one that has the green light in it. As you can see on this screen here, this is your starting point. Only one of these 6 will have a green light. The other ones will be either blue lighted or not lit up at all. Alright, so one of these 6 panels has a green light on it. I found it. Now I need to move on to the second one, and I need to find the one with the tube inside of it. So I go up to it, and there you can see a pink tube just kind of floating in the upper section there. So out of the 6 panels, I found the one and only one with the green light on it, and I found the one and only one with a tube inside of it. Those are the 2 panels you need to find. Alright, now at the very bottom of this video's description in the YouTube there, you should see a link that's going to link you to the valves guide, or if you have annotations, just click on the screen right there. It's going to take you to this page, and I know it's unsure of what we're doing right now, but it'll all make sense real soon. You don't have to read this at all. All you need to know is where your green light valve was. Remember, my green valve was located in the infirmary. So what I'm going to do, and remember this will be different for you, is I'm going to go to this page, and I'm going to click on the red infirmary link, since once again that is where my green valve was. Alright, now I'm going to be brought to this page, and now you need to know which valve had the tube inside of it. Remember, mine was in the Dragon control room. Alright, so I'm looking for the panel that has the Dragon command with the tube inside of it. So that's this one right here. If you look beside Dragon command, it has a big T beside it. That T stands for tube, and that's where my tube was. So now I need to go to all those valves and punch in those numbers to each of those 6 valves. Alright, so now you just read off the list and go punch those numbers in. For me, I'm at the infirmary right now, and my piece of paper says that the infirmary should be set to number 1. So I go to it, switch the valve over to 1, there we go. So now I've headed to the tank factory, I look at my list, it says it should be number 2. Go up to the valve, press square or X, and change the valve to number 2. Alright, now I believe I'm headed to the 3rd valve. This is the armory valve, and it should be number 2. So I look at the valve, and it's already set at number 2. This one's good to go. Now the supply depot valve says it should be set to number 1. Let's go take a look, see what it's at. Pause the screen. I'm looking at my video right now, and there it is. It's already at number 1. Don't need to touch that one. And the 5th and final one in the department store says it should be set to number 1. Let's take a look. It's already at number 1. So all 5 of my valves should be set to the right number. I can now go back to where my tube was, which was in the Dragon command, and the tube should have fallen down and should now be available for me to pick up. I'm now going to take this tube and put it in Sophia's motherboard, and that is the end of step 1. A complicated one. I go down here, but I hope I've explained that one properly enough. Alright, switching over gameplay for step 2. This one's an easy one. All you have to do is go up to Sophia and put in the right password. The password is Kronos, that's Kronos, and all you have to do is change the letters by shooting to the right of them. Once you have the right password, just go back up, press square or X, and she'll take you to the next step. Alright, so step 3, we have to go find and locate 6 trophies, and this is trophy number 1. So just outside Dragon command, you're going to want to shoot the guy's cup in his hand or whatever, and this thing will fall. Press square X to pick it up. Trophy number 2 is going to be in the supply depot. All you have to do is go inside, use any of the traps, and that's the laser beam trap. When the trap is finished, the beam will have actually put a hole in the ground, and you'll see a locker down there. There's the 2nd trophy. Trophy number 3, we're going to head to the tank factory. Just go to that catwalk, send a nice dragon shield blast to the ground, and there's the 3rd trophy. Trophy number 4 is a little weird. You have to head back to the hatchery so you can go through the sewer system again, and you're going to see a red light, and just start shooting at the red light. Kind of similar to Zetsubu no Shima. If you've done it right, head back to the hatchery, and on the ground floor you'll see the toilet there. The 4th trophy is floated up. For the 5th trophy, we're going to head out of the supply depot area, and there's going to be a puddle right there to the left. Just put a dragon strike on there. And when it's over, you'll notice that the 5th trophy has risen up. The 6th and final trophy, we're going to head to the operations room, and we're going to have to use our Gauntlet of Siegfried. So press LT or L2 to release your whelp, and then you can do a super punch or whatever, bust the locker open, and there's you have your 6th and final trophy. Now we're going to head back to the Dragon command to complete this step. Go up to the right on that big screen there, and you'll place all 6 trophies. And there's step 3. Alright, step 4. All 6 of those trophies represent a challenge, and we have to complete all 6 in a random order. So you're going to have to wait for the round to end, and when this light turns green, go up to it and press it, and one of these trophies will light up randomly, and that's the challenge you'll have to do. But I'm going to show them to you in an orderly fashion. So on the very left is Grof's trophy, and we see that one's lit up, so we have to do Grof's challenge. Alright, and just a quick reminder, these challenges have to be done within a set time limit. If you fail to do a challenge, you have to end the round, wait for the next round, and then you can try to redo it again. So try to get them done on the first try, because the longer you wait, the harder to get. So for Grof, as you can see right here, he's a yellow sphere, and he's going to spawn somewhere randomly in the map. He's going to try to run away from you. You have to shoot him with a pack-a-punched weapon. Once you shoot him enough, he'll stop and talk to you. And you have to do this a total of 3 times. So you have to find him and shoot him 3 times. After he's done talking to you, he'll run away from you again, and you have to go find him again. Having headphones will really help, as he's quite noisy and you can kind of hear a glimmer. So anyways, here's the second time I find him. He's trying to run away, I shoot him, he stops, and he's going to talk to me. He's going to stop talking, and then he's going to run away for a 3rd and final time. So here I am trying to find him again. Looks like he's in the tank factory, kind of hiding, sneaky bastard. I'm going to start rifling shots into him. And now we're done. This is the third time. After he's done talking, Sophia's going to tell you to meet back at the Dragon Command Center. So just head back there. You'll have to wait for Groff to get there too. And then he's going to step on this little pad here. And you're done Groff's challenge. And another reminder, once you're done the Groff challenge or whatever challenge you do, keep doing challenges over and over and over again. Don't wait till the end of rounds, because zombies are just going to keep spawning. It doesn't matter when you do them. You just got to keep doing them. Alright, the trophy second from the left is the bomb challenge. You can see it kind of lit up there. So this one we have to defuse 6 bombs in the right order. And how that works is they're going to show us the order on the screen here. It's going to do it once really fast, and then it's going to do it a second time at a normal speed. So here it is again, slow motion. Now if you're playing solo, what I recommend you do is you somehow record this. It's pretty hard to write down in real time. I had a capture card, so I just recorded it. But if you have an iPhone or something, just take a video. But anyways, it's going to give you the 6 locations in order of the bombs, and we must defuse them within 3 minutes if you're playing solo. 2 minutes if you have 4 people. Now if you mess up the order, the bombs will blow up and everyone in the map's going to die, the game will end. So make sure you have the correct order. That's why I say record it. You have to be double sure. So if you look back, the first location to flash is Dragon Command. Now in the heat of the moment, I forgot to record the first 2 bombs I defused. But anyways, this is the Dragon Command bomb, and you're going to see a bunch of blue stuff around it, so just go up to it, press square X to defuse it. Alright, then it told me to go to the department store. So once again, I forgot to record this in the heat of the moment, but the department store bomb is on the very bottom floor behind the staircase. Once again, it'll be glowing blue. Just go up to it and defuse it. Okay, now the actual gameplay. So the third place it told me to go is the armory. This is where the armory bomb is. Go up to it and defuse it. Alright, so the fourth location it sent me to is the supply depot. This is where the supply depot bomb is. Go up to it and defuse it. The fifth location was the infirmary, and the infirmary is kind of hidden there. It's kind of behind the staircase. And the sixth and final bomb is going to be the tank factory. It's all the way on the top level in the leftmost building. If you've defused them all in the right order, you will still be alive, and you've completed this challenge. You can move on to the next one. Alright, the trophy third from the left is the green-eyed Mangler. And this is where I think you need Undead Man walking. I don't see how this is possible, at least in solo, without it. So I hit up the gobblegum there. I don't get what I want. I'm going to wait for it to disappear again. Anyways, while I'm trying to get Undead Man walking, I might as well explain this challenge. There's going to be a Russian Mangler, a green-eyed Russian Mangler, spawned somewhere randomly in the map. So I'm going to go try and find him, and lo and behold, he's up on the top of the infirmary, and as you can see, he does have green eyes. So Undead Man walking completely slows down zombies, so I don't have to worry about zombies. Because I've got this green-eyed Russian Mangler trying to kill me, and he's hostile towards you, he's not friendly. And you can't shoot him, because if you shoot him, he's going to die, and you have to do the challenge all over again. And if you can imagine a bunch of zombies coming at you, while you're trying to escort this green-eyed Russian Mangler, it's going to be hard because you're probably going to end up killing the Mangler or dying by the zombies. And because this is my first time doing it, I actually end up on a wild goose chase here. What you're supposed to do is escort him back to Dragon Command, and I'm taking him all over the map right now, which is not what you're supposed to do. So I'm just going to fast forward to when I realize you're supposed to escort him to the Dragon Command. So as you can see, with Undead Man walking, probably the hardest trophy challenge to do in this Easter egg becomes the easiest. You just have to simply not die by him, which is pretty easy. He's just going to throw an electric shit show at you every now and then. And just like Groff, we're going to put him on this pad, and just like that, the challenge is complete. Alright, the fourth challenge is going to be the Valkyrie drone challenge, and this one is also a hard one. I used Undead Man walking for this one, but I also did it without it. However, it wasn't an easy task. So what you have to do is you have to go back to Belinsky Square, the spawn, and you'll see this green Valkyrie drone coming. And keep in mind, just like the Russian Mangler, This one won't attack you, but you can damage the drone, and if you kill the drone, well, the challenge has failed. So if you use the wave gun and make a dark hole with it, it's going to do some serious damage to the Valkyrie drone, and you're probably not going to pass it. So with undead men walking, you can imagine it's pretty easy, just a bunch of zombies walking slowly. So I decided to show the gameplay without undead men walking. And what I did was I had 3 monkeys at the start of the round. I just threw my last one there just to kind of buy me some time. The Valkyrie's going to go up the staircase. You have to meet it at the 3rd floor. And I called in my Dragon Strike. That's another way to distract the zombies. And it wasn't too bad. It's just the start, getting out of Blinsky Square. I guess I also got a death machine here, which really helped, but it is possible to do without undead men walking. But yeah, you have to be very close to the Valkyrie for it to be escorted. You can't run away in front of it. If you get too far away from her, she won't move. Unlike the Russian Mangler, which is just gonna follow you. So that's the tricky part about this, and you can see I'm almost at the end here, and it just turns into a huge shit show. I used the left wave gun to kind of slow the zombies down, which really helped. But once she gets in the pod, challenge complete. Alright, so the 5th one, this is going to be Lockdown 2.0, some people are calling it. And this is an easy one. So first, take that card thing that comes out of the drawer there, and then we're going to head to the hatchery and do another Dragon Strike, release the crystal lockdown. I got dragon wings on, so I'm just going to instantly teleport to the hatchery. Just run downstairs to the ground floor, and you've probably seen this machine before. Put your card in there, and then you're going to be bombarded by Russian Manglers. It's not hard at all. All you have to do is use your wave gun. Just make dark holes, shoot the left gun, shoot the right gun inside of it. This is a really easy step as long as you have the wave gun. Just make sure you're in a good corner camping spot where they can't come up from behind you. I believe later on I went upstairs into one of the corner rooms. That's a really good spot to camp because they can't come up there, so they're just going to come from the front. In fact, this is such an easy challenge, I'm barely going to show any of it. I'm just going to show the end here. So when it says you're done, head back to that machine, press square X to get your card back, and then we're going to head back to Sophia. All the way back in Dragon Command, go back up to her control panel, and I think I tried to press square X to give her back the card, but I think she just ends it for you. The 6th and final trophy challenge, this is going to be some pod module thingamajigger. This is a really easy one too. You're going to see a module drop from the sky, and it's going to spawn outside of the map by one of the dragon liftoff areas, the ones with the bridge where you call the dragon in. So just look in the sky, you'll know where to go. I'm headed to the supply depot, and as you can see, there's the module outside of the map. In solo, this is really easy because not a lot of zombies come, so I'm not going to show the entirety of this one because it's fairly easy. So just kill off zombies, and when enough zombies have charged up the module, you're going to have to use your Gauntlet of Siegfried and launch the whelp, the little dragon, and he will actually fetch the module or whatever it is he's grabbing. Take that back to Sophia, press square X, and yeah, those are all 6. Done with step 4. Alright, for step 5, you're just going to go up to Sophia and press square X and make sure she's talking to you, and she's actually going to give you something. I think she gives you her power core. Anyways, you need to give this power core to Nikolai, so how you do that is you head back to Blinsky Square, and right in the back corner of the map by the bus, you're going to take out your Gauntlet of Siegfried and release a whelp. I threw a monkey down there just to distract some zombies, and Nikolai should talk to you. You can actually then head back to Dragon Command, head back to Sophia, and you're pretty much done. You're ready for the boss fight. Sophia's gonna go through some dialogue, and she's gonna just piece the hell out of here somewhere. I'm not too sure, but she's gone. And when she leaves, under her control panel there will be a sewer gate that will open up, and that's actually how you enter the boss battle. So the last and final step, I thought I was golden. I had my undead man walking gobblegum. I just got a max ammo. It was just destined to be, except I forgot my dragon shield, and that was just terrible. I've never been so disappointed in my life before. But at least I have some footage to show you guys. Like I said earlier, I didn't actually kill the boss. However, I can give you some insight. First of all, you actually have to activate the boss. Don't just sit here and waste your undead man walking like I did. I was wondering what the hell everyone was. Was there a party I wasn't invited to? Geez, some things don't change. And apparently this clip shuts off short. I can't find the other footage. But what you need to do is go into the center of the area there, and you'll see a little button. Go up to the button, press square X, and that'll actually initiate the boss battle. So the first boss battle is going to be the dragon, and he's going to breathe fire everywhere, so you pretty much just have to take the zombie shield out so you can run through the fire and dodge the zombies, dodge the Russian Manglers. And Nikolai's going to bounce around, and every now and then he'll shoot the dragon, and you'll see a part of the dragon glow red hot. Shoot that part of the dragon to do damage to him, and I think you need to do that 3 times. So then the dragon will die. And then once the dragon is down, you're actually going to fight Nikolai, and these are someone else's words, not mine, from a website. It says you must shoot out his eyes and shoot out his power core on top of his shoulders, which show when he stands still. So while you're doing that, you're going to want to head to the bunkers, the trenches at the side of the map, to dodge his bullets. That's really helpful. After doing this, he will have an orange core in the center. You must shoot that, and then he will die. Also, make sure you bring any of those miscellaneous items, dragon wings, a Russian Mangler helmet. Don't bring the Valkyrie drone one. And I'm sorry we couldn't finish this one off for you, but the boss fight actually wasn't too hard. I was doing pretty good even without a dragon shield. And I think I actually just got stuck on something, and a Russian Mangler just destroyed me. So if you can do the 6 challenges, the 6 trophy challenges, you can definitely do the boss fights. I'm just too stubborn to try to do it all over again, and I did try it a few more times, and I lost a few gobblegums. I was just pissed right the fuck off. But there you have it. Hopefully I can get a full, complete Easter egg guide. Unfortunately, we just do not have the last boss battle. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Alright, that's the guide. I just want to say thanks for watching, and once again, thanks for all the support in the last week with this map pack. It has been amazing. I can't wait to keep making videos for you guys, because you guys clearly seem to like it. But yeah, thanks for watching, and here's to DLC 4.